Matt the Bat here. We're in July already. We're already halfway through the year. Well, you know what that means? That means there are new movies coming out. Yep. And this month, every single weekend has a new movie. But before we get into that, if you have a moment, scroll down to the page, hit the subscribe button on the right, or like the video. But subscribing helps out the channel, which works for both of us. So once again, subscribe, and we're going to get right into it. So July. Well, technically we're already in the first weekend of July. Tomorrow is already July 4th. So what's coming out this weekend if you haven't already gone to the movie theater? Well, we got the new Boss Baby movie, Family Business. This is a sequel to the Boss Baby that came out a few years ago. Alec Baldwin does the voice of the baby in the movie. The first one was actually not too bad. This one is actually going to be on streaming and in the movie theater. I think they did that because it is a kids movie. They're still not sure if parents are going to bring their children to the movie theater. So they decided to put it on both streaming and in the theater. So if you have children and you're running out of things to do, well, there's a new movie out for them. And then we get into A24's new movie. A24 is more of an independent film company. They do a lot of interesting movies, like The Witch was one of them. It Comes at Night was another one. They do all kinds of movies. Mainly they do, I would say thrillers, horror, low budget. They have a new one called Zola. This is apparently based on a true story or real life people and events. Riley Keough plays one of the main characters. And then we have almost like a Spring Breakers vibe, that James Franco movie. Not only in the way it's filmed, but just the feel of the movie. Really crazy and energetic and off the wall. Then we got another Purge movie, the Forever Purge. There's another franchise that keeps almost like, feels like every year there's a new Purge movie out. I personally haven't seen any of the Purge movies. This new one actually did catch my interest a little bit because Josh Lucas is in the movie, and I'm like, where has this guy been? He used to be really big in the early 2000s, showing up in like A Beautiful Mind, Ang Lee's Hulk movie. He was actually just recently in the Ford v Ferrari movie. But when I saw him pop up in the trailer, I'm like, what is he doing in here? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for his career. It depends on what you think of the Purge series. If Josh Lucas being in the series is a good or bad option for his career. Then we get into the July 9th, and finally, there is a new Marvel movie finally coming out. Black Widow is finally getting her own solo movie, aka Black Widow is the name of the movie. Scarlett Johansson is back. Somehow. I'll get to that in a minute. This also stars Florence Pugh, David Harbour, Rachel Weisz. This is a movie that's been long overdue. Black Widow was introduced in Iron Man 2 over 11 years ago now. Actually, last year, May 2020, was when the movie was originally supposed to come out, which would have been the 10th anniversary of Iron Man 2, aka the debut of Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, played by Scarlett Johansson. And now we are finally getting a movie. It's getting good reviews. I got 85% right now. Now before people are saying, oh man, I saw Avengers Endgame. So how can she have her own movie when we know what happened to her in Endgame? Well, this is another reason why this movie should have came out earlier. The movie itself takes place between Captain America Civil War and Avengers Infinity War. So right in the middle of those. Which, once again, Captain America came out in 2016. Avengers Infinity War came out in 2018. They had 2 years to put this Black Widow movie somewhere. Whether in November of 2016 instead of Doctor Strange, they could have had the Black Widow movie out in May 2017 instead of Guardians 2. They could have had the Black Widow movie out in July 2017 instead of the Spider-Man Homecoming movie. They could have had the Black Widow movie out in November 2019 instead of Thor Ragnarok. They could have had the Black Widow movie out in February 2018 instead of Black Panther. They could have changed the last word, Panther, for Widow, Black Widow, and had the movie out in February 2018. So, yeah. So a movie that takes place between Civil War and Infinity War, they had many options and release dates to drop this movie. And it almost makes it worse that since it got delayed a whole year because of the pandemic, that was another year they had to wait to release the movie. But we are finally getting Black Widow, and I can't wait till next weekend to go see it. This is going to be one of those Disney Plus premium if you want to watch it at home for $30, or you can be like a normal person and go to the theater. I've seen every Marvel movie in the theater, and this is one I will not miss in the theater. And also, the last Marvel movie that came out was in July 2019, and that was Spider-Man Far From Home. It would also be really awesome if this coming week we get the first trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home attached to Black Widow. That movie comes out in December of this year. So it would almost be a nice, booking, or, closing of the chapters, I guess, from the last Marvel movie that came out was a Spider-Man movie. The first Marvel movie to come out is Black Widow, and attached to that is the first trailer for the new Spider-Man film, Spider-Man No Way Home. So we'll see. I would think Marvel and Sony would put out the first Spider-Man trailer with a new Marvel movie. That only makes sense. But we'll have to wait and see. But Black Widow, July 9th. Then we get into July 16th. And we got 2 movies, 2 sequels. One's a sports movie, one's a horror film. But, my friends, before I was the movie king, as people call me, before I eat, sleep, and breathe movies, there was a time, a long time ago, in Alpharetta, a young boy going to school, didn't get the grades his parents wanted, wasn't that great at playing sports. But there was one sport he loved. There was one sports team he loved. There was one player he loved. The sport was basketball. The team was the Chicago Bulls. The player, Michael Jordan. And then he realized he's horrible at sports. Michael Jordan retired. The Chicago Bulls sucked. And then the movie King was born. Yes, Space Jam came out in 1996, starring Michael Jordan. It was a formal but not formal biofilm of Michael Jordan's career. I saw that movie in the theater. Yes, I remember being in kindergarten and seeing the first Space Jam with the football coach, Coach Vance, and his son Jake Vance. We went and saw the first Space Jam at, if I remember correctly, or it was either at AMC at North Point or the United Artists at North Point. It was either one of those theaters. But it was with Jesse Vance and his son Jake Vance. The year that my brother won the state championship for Alpharetta football. That's where he got the name Run, Forrest, Run. So here we are. It's 2021. And we got a new Space Jam movie. Space Jam, A New Legacy. This time, not with Michael Jordan, unless he makes a cameo, which that would be awesome. But we got LeBron James. We got LeBron James. Breaks my heart. Clearly I'm not a fan of LeBron. I think the only basketball player on this planet that is a true basketball player is Michael Jordan. That's why I stopped playing basketball, that's why I stopped watching basketball, because of Michael Jordan. So we got Space Jam: A New Legacy. The trailer looks good. I like how they go from 2D animation, even with LeBron, to 3D animation, computer animation, and the 3D animation looks really good. Don Cheadle's in the movie. I don't know if Bill Murray will make a cameo also, or Wayne Knight. You know Wayne, you remember Wayne Knight, the fat guy, also in Jurassic Park. Yeah. Here's a stick, stupid. Here's a stick. No wonder why you're a stick. I'm gonna run you over when I come back down. Yeah, we saw what happened to him. So Space Jam. Like I said, I'm excited. But I am gonna wait and see if the reviews are any good. This is a Warner Brothers movie. This will be on HBO Max. So if you don't want to watch it in the theater, you can watch it at home. Hopefully, kind of like with Black Widow, since this is a Warner Brothers movie, and we are halfway through the year. And right now, Warner Brothers doesn't have that many other movies besides Dune, which we should be getting a new trailer for that. And what was that other movie? The Matrix 4. In another week, we should be getting the first trailer for the new Matrix movie. If Warner Brothers was smart, they would drop that trailer with the Space Jam movie. Because an iconic property like Space Jam, from all the people that grew up in the 90s, and people who grew up with the Matrix, that's where you drop your marketing. That's where you start your marketing, with Space Jam, and put the first Matrix trailer out. Alright, the other movie is Escape Room 2, or Escape Room Tournament of Champions. I saw the first one, I want to say it was early 2018, January 2018, it came out. It wasn't that bad, it was a very interesting concept. You know, we have escape room, they have escape rooms in real life, but then they turned this into an actual horror movie, and it was actually pretty good. Two of the cast from the original are returning, along with some new faces. This one is probably, you know what, if you like horror, you might want to go see it. There's another one I think I'm going to wait and see what the reviews are like. This is going to be one I just wait for it to come on, you know, video or Netflix eventually, and maybe around October and watch it then. But hey, if you're a horror fan, this can be one. Now we get into July 3rd, July 23rd, sorry. Today's July 3rd. I got the 3rd on my mind. July 23rd. We got 3 movies coming out that weekend. Ooh. The one that I'm looking forward to the most, weirdly enough, is the new M. Night Shyamalan film, Shyamalan, Shyamalan, Ding Dong, Shyamalulu, Old. This looks very interesting. They had the first trailer during the Super Bowl. It has a great cast. Vicky Creeps. She was in the Daniel Day-Lewis movie, Phantom Thread. You got Thomasin McKenzie. She's going to be in that new Last Night in Soho, coming out soon. First of all, it looks like an M. Night Shyamalan film. Like, if I saw that trailer, and before you even put M. Night Shyamalan on the title card, I would be like, this feels like an M. Night Shyamalan movie. And sure enough, it's also nice to finally see a new M. Night Shyamalan movie in the summer. People, there was a time, that summertime, around the end of July, early August, we would get an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Some of you might be forgetting those days, but I remember when Signs, The Village came out in the summer of 2002. Then we got the Signs, we got Signs in 2002 in the summer, late July, early August. And then in 2004, we got The Village in the summer, at the end of July, early August. Then we got Lady in the Water, the end of July, early August 2006. And then, after that, I stopped seeing M. Night Shyamalan movies because after Lady in the Water, I was done, no more. Then we got The Happening in the summer of 2008. It got so bad reviews I didn't even go see it. Then he did The Last Airbender in the summer of 2010, and that got horrible reviews. And I'm like, no more. And then in 2015, he had the little movie The Visit, come out in like the wintertime, very good movie. Then he got Split in January 2017, and that finally put him back on the Shamhammer top tier. Then he did Glass, which was down here. But for him to have finally a new movie in the summertime, and it looks good, we'll have to wait on the reviews, but I am looking forward to that a lot. Then we got a new G.I. Joe movie, kind of like a reboot, Snake Eyes. It's almost like when Wolverine got his first solo film. It was Henry Golding playing Snake Eyes. And you got, what's their face? Samara Weaving playing the redhead. Don't remember the name. I like the second trailer more than the first trailer. I was actually a fan of the 2009 G.I. Joe movie that came out that summer with Channing Tatum, Marlon Wayans, Dennis Quaid, Sienna Miller, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That was a fun summer, dumb, as I like to quote, dumb, fun summer entertainment. You don't go see a G.I. Joe movie for Oscar nominations. And it was fun. It came out the same year as the second Transformers movie. There were two Hasbro properties at the time. This one looks interesting. We'll see what the reviews are like. If the reviews are good, I'll check it out. But right now, my money is on Old for M. Night Shyamalan, July 30th. And we got a new Disney original film, Jungle Cruise, based on the Disney ride. Is with The Rock and Emily Blunt. This movie feels like a mixture of National Treasure and Pirates of the Caribbean. Put them together. You got Jungle Cruise, an original property, original story. You got the charisma and talent of The Rock and the charisma and talent of Emily Blunt. It looks fun. It definitely looks like a movie you can go see it in the theater, even though it will be on Disney Plus also for premium access. But if you remember the days of seeing the first Pirates of the Caribbean, and going out that night to go see it. This is one of those movies you probably go see it in the theater. Then we got The Green Knight, an A24 movie. This feels like a fantasy medieval film. You got Dev Patel, Alicia Vikander, Joel Edgerton. It's directed by David Lowery, who did a Pete's Dragon remake a few years ago. He did that movie with Casey Affleck and Rooney Mara, A Ghost Story. And his last movie was the Robert Redford film, where Robert Redford is Robin Banks. Really good movie. I think Sissy Spacek was also in it. So, it looks, the cinematography in the trailer looks amazing. You can go check it out. And then the final movie, Stillwater, directed by Tom McCarthy, starring Matt Damon, Abigail Breslin. Matt Damon plays a father whose daughter, Abigail Breslin, goes overseas. She apparently hooked up with this girl. The next day the girl's dead. They blame Matt Damon's daughter, Abigail Breslin, for the murder, even though she said they were just lovers. So Matt Damon has to go overseas to try and get his daughter out of prison. Directed by Tom McCarthy. You might remember Tom McCarthy. He did the Best Picture winner Spotlight with Michael Keaton, Mark Ruffalo, Rachel McAdams, along with some other people, but those are the main three. And now we have a new drama. Who doesn't like Matt Damon? I mean, who doesn't like Matt Damon? I mean, come on, people. Scotty doesn't know, Scotty doesn't know, Scotty doesn't know, no, don't tell Scotty, Scotty's gotta go, Scotty's gotta go, don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know, Scotty doesn't know, Scotty doesn't know, no, don't tell Scotty. I did her on his birthday. Oh, Scotty doesn't know, Scotty. So Scotty doesn't know if his daughter is a murderer or not. So he has to go overseas and figure out if his daughter killed her, or at least try to get his daughter out of prison and bring her back home to America. So we're going to find out if Scotty does know or doesn't know. And that's July 30th. Anyway, Matt the Matt here. Those are the movies that are coming out in July. Like I said, there's a lot of movies. We're finally back to normal. Whether you want to still live under a rock or not, that's up to you. No judgment. But there is a movie for everybody, I think. Every genre. You got horror, you got animation, you got independent, you got a superhero film, you got a sports film, you got thrillers, you got action, and you got family friendly like Jungle Cruise. And you got it all. Once again, Matt the Matt here. Like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.